This lush green beautiful house plant is called Dracaena Compacta. For its beautiful foliage and low maintenance, this plant is one of the most popular and a loved variety of Dracaena, and this is one of the best air purifying plant. Hello friends, welcome to HR Garden. Friends, this house plant Dracaena Compacta is with me for quite long time. Today I am going to talk how to grow and care this plant. Light. Keep this plant in a place where it gets bright indirect light. Dracaena compacta can also be grown in low light areas. This can be grown indoor as well as outdoor. Indoor, we can keep this plant where it gets filtered bright light. It grows well in filtered light. If the light is not sufficient, we can even use grow light also. I have kept this plant in a place where it gets very less light, but still it's looking very good and it's growing well out there also. Soil. We need to grow Dracaena compacta in well draining fertile soil. You can see I have used lots of leaf compost, I have used garden soil, and I have used some sand also. So it's better that the soil contain lots of organic matter so it grows well. We should not use the soil that stays wet. Wet soil will encourage the fungus and root start rotting. We can also grow this plant in one part of sand, one part of compost, and one part of garden soil. Watering. Water the plant when top few inches of soil dries up. Now the watering also depends upon what kind of light it is receiving. If it is receiving more light and if the soil is getting dry faster, you need to water more, and if you have kept in a low light while soil is taking time to dry, you need to water more less. If its leaves are turning yellow and you have not watered this plant since long, it means you need to water this plant. The leaves are becoming yellow because of under watering. But do not overwater this plant. Overwatering causes root rotting. I have kept this plant in a low light area, so you can see my soil is completely dry. I just moist its soil because it gets very less light and soil dries up very less. If you are growing this plant in hot region, hotter areas, then water frequently and you can miss the leaves also time to time. During the growing season, that is from March to August, we need to water this more frequently, and during the winter we can water less. Dracaena compacta likes to be in drier side. Some amount of humidity is also good for plant. If air around is very dry, we can keep the soil little bit moist. Now you can see some of the leaves are dried up. This is because of low humidity. Sometimes you may see the leaves drying up, the tip of the leaf especially. So you don't need to worry. You can remove the dried and dead leaves time to time, but do not remove all the leaves. Houseplant does not require too much of fertilizer. Dracaena is not a huge feeder, so during the growing month you can fertilize this once in a month. I fertilize with NPK 19-19-19 once in a month during the growing time, and during the winter I don't fertilize this plant. Once in a year I also add a handful of leaf compost. You can add vermicompost or cow dung compost also. This is slow growing Dracaena variety. We can report this plant once it overgrows its container, or once in a 2 year this plant will become more taller. Now it's just growing. It's been with me from long time, as I said, but it has not shown much growth in so many months also. Repot a plant in a well draining pot which is 2 inches bigger than the previous one. Maintain the beauty of the plant. Time to time you can remove the dead and dried leaves, also the yellow leaves. Usually it is propagated by cutting. You can cut the tip of this plant and place it in a moist soil to get a new plant, and it will produce more new branches. And you can also propagate this from stem cutting. When the plant becomes tall, you can do ear layering also for the propagation of this plant. As this plant is very compact, so you may see mealybugs sometime and scale insect also. So you need to spray insecticide when you see mealybugs or any kind of insect attack. So far my plant has not been attacked by any pest or insect. It is growing well, except some of the leaves has turned brown. That is normal. Other problems are yellowing of leaf and shedding of leaves and root rotting. It may be because of overwatering, so we have to be very careful while watering this plant. Overwatering is not good for this plant. There are benefits of Dracaena plant growing at home. It is one of the best air purifying plant. It absorbs lead. It is said that it increases the concentration power when it is planted at home. It increases humidity. So friends, this is low maintenance ornamental plant which needs moderate light and moderate watering. You just keep this plant in one place of a garden or one corner of the house, and time to time you just water this plant. It will be happy enough with that. This is it for today friends. Take care of yourself. Keep gardening. Like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching HR Garden.